co-host, writer, contributor at
What's good, G's? Already Blaze. Blaze gotta watch it, you know, bro. Get Blaze, what the fuck going on, bro? I'm trying to switch it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? A little bit. I gotta get my groove. I know how to play all these games. I just gotta get my groove back because I just be on K so much. I don't even play my other games like my WWE. I'm a nasty nigga that. You see, I started to get my groove back a little bit. It's just I gotta get back into that shit. You feel me? This not too much, but still, I still fuck with it, you know.
Imagine a story where Luka Doncic is like the third or fourth most important party involved.
Listen, I have so many thoughts about this. As I look for a silver lining, I just got to tell myself, hey, LeBron equals more clicks, which equals more money. So that's what I got to tell myself right now. God, get that off your soundboard. Oh my God.
It's not even the end of it.
I got that notification today, and I was doing some stuff at work, and I'm like, what? Like, what? Is this a real thing? I thought somebody texted me like a fake.
Wait, no, you gotta tell them. You got it on your watch, which is funnier to me. That you're outside with your group, and like you got it on your watch, which is funnier to me. Being outside and like enjoying the day, and all of a sudden you just like look at your wrist really close to read the small things.
Yeah, I'm like.
LeBron James attempts to see if James would come to Dallas. Irving is a free agent this offseason. When you first heard this, what was your initial thought?
You know what my initial thought was.
Everybody wants to know. Half of our subtext texts today were like, what does Isaac think about this?
My initial thought was, well played, LeBron. Like, I've been on this the whole time. We've been texting about this, and I just like laugh. There's a chess match that's going on between LeBron and Pelinka. LeBron wants Kyrie in LA. The Lakers don't want Kyrie in LA. They don't want to pay that and like sign up for that whole experience. So there's been this chess match that's been going on, and it started with them getting put out of the playoffs. And what happens? LeBron. And I gotta think about what's my future look like. That's his first move. And I'm like joking with you about it, and I'm telling him like, dude, how soon are we gonna get the report that they're gonna like commit to signing to the young core, that they don't want to give up the young core. We got that report. Then there was the LeBron Instagram thing about, am I going to be here? Like the weird Instagram story. Another little chess piece move. And the next counter, the Athletics. Lakers going to match Austin Reeves to $100 million. He's doubling down on it. And then here's LeBron's next move. The next chess piece move of, hey, I want to play with LeBron this bad. We're going to put it out there that Kyrie's trying to get me to come to Dallas. If we can't play together in LA, then I'll entertain coming to Dallas. So that was my first reaction of, well played, LeBron.
This is not going to happen. LeBron comes to the Mavericks, right? Like, there's just no way for this to happen. The Mavs don't have the things to give to the Lakers, right? And even if you put the package together, because it just doesn't.
Here's I'll actually push back just a little bit. I'm saying I don't think you can roll anything out for him. Like, LeBron is so powerful,
but it's not.
And Plus is so powerful. Like, I'm just saying, like they could equal it out with money. They could equal it out with draft picks. Like,
it's the package that you put together with the best stuff is you put Reggie, Tim, Maxey, Josh Green, Jaden Hardy. The first round pick from this year, the 10th pick, and the 2027. That's all. It's everything the Mavericks have.
There's also 38.
That's what I'm saying. They won't. You can't make it happen if you give up all that stuff, and that's what you have to give up.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you have to throw out all logic when it comes to LeBron. Like, LeBron has power. Like, LeBron and Klutz has power. And I was texting somebody earlier today, and I was kind of joking with them about the same thing, and they're like, LeBron can make things happen. And that was the thing, the text. So, I don't want to sit here and say there's no way it'll ever happen. I don't, and I would put anything past LeBron because they actually do have the salary to make it work. They do have a couple picks, And what is the value for a 38, 39-year-old LeBron James? Like, would you do it if you were Dallas?
All that stuff I just said?
I mean, you know how I'm going to feel about this, but
no. Well, how would you feel about it? Because I think people want to.
You don't do this. I just don't. I don't. You know. Yeah, you got. Anyway.
So if it could happen, let's say they do put that package together, and let's say they could. All right, let's make it a little bit more tenable and replace like Tim Hardaway with Davis, you know, or something. Like just make it leave the Mavericks with something instead of literally making. If you projected Kyrie's, max salary, LeBron's current salary, Luka's salary that's already set in stone. Put all those together, you added it up. I put it in a spreadsheet today. $133.9 million. The salary cap is 134. Like it can be done. But you get those three guys and you get nothing else. Like everything else is either over the cap. I just talked to Eric Pincus yesterday about what the new CBA is going to look like and the second apron and all that stuff. And one of the things he said was if you're going to go all in on something and you're going to like.
And all the stuff, much included, all this stuff. Could it happen? Yes. Do I think it will happen? No. Your dog.
My dog's out on that.
Do I want it to happen? No. And shocker here, and I get it. I know I'm probably in the minority of this, and this isn't a shocker to anybody who, I know this is going to be really hard for people to do, and I'm going to laugh when I'm saying this. Take my personal bias out of this.
No, there's legitimately, I love you as a person, as a friend. There's no way you could take your personal bias out of this.
Okay, I'm not a LeBron fan, shocker. But I also think, like, for what it would cost to, like, let me spin this here. Because personally, I don't want this to happen. I can't root for LeBron, like, on my team. Like, it would be the worst case, like, fan supporting narrative about this. But also, it is, like, what you would have to give up for a 38-year-old LeBron who has been dealing with injuries the past year or so. Like, the only silver lining of it is, like Luka loves him, and, like, are you telling me it would guarantee Luka for another 10 years, but you can't make that promise now? Then cool, but, like, just on asset stuff alone, I don't want to blow everything I have for a 39. He would be 39, next season. A 39-year-old LeBron, and I get it. I know what everybody's going to say. Look at the level he's played at. He's went to conference finals and all of that. I'm sorry. I wouldn't give up everything I have to form a big three with minimum contracts of LeBron, Kyrie, and Luka.
Listen, we've been talking about this entire.
Please don't like that, because then I'm just going to get just obliterated.
Damn, bro, I try to get the fuck out of there. Damn, that pissed me off. That nigga must have died quick.
I'm Patriotic Kenny.
Hi, I'm Amanda. We set up the Patriotic Kenny Foundation to give mobility scooters to veterans.
It has changed my life tremendously.
None of this would have happened without TikTok.
fine team.
Yeah.
Slightly above
They'll be
500.
solid.
You know, it's fine.
I actually like him in that division.
What's the question?
I like him in that division.
I honestly didn't have one.
It's about to
I
get
just
crazy.
thought you were going to
It's about to get ridiculous.
Is what's written on my sheet is, are the Jags a dark horse to win the AFC this season? I mean, they're not a dark horse. You know, they're like so many of the beautiful stallions we're going to see at Belmont this weekend. Whatever the opposite of a dark horse is, a front horse. I'm not sure.
front runner, perhaps.
I'm not. Here's what I know. Here's what I know. Obviously, the Chiefs are in class by themselves. Take them out of it. Okay? If we were to say, is Buffalo in it for the AFC? You guys would both be like, yeah, of course. No question about it. There is no reason whatsoever to believe in Buffalo more than Jacksonville. None. Okay, so hold up. Drew, you already said the key point, which is this year, the Jags are in basically the best division possible to be in, and Buffalo is in a hellacious division as far as the team. But also, let's look at last season between these two teams that you guys are so biased, you think that there's some big gap. After their bye, they were both excellent. Did they both win their division? Yes. Did they both have Pro Bowl quarterback? Yes. How'd they do in the playoffs? They both won one and lost one. More on that in a moment. They both actually got dominated in the playoff game, and they, of course, have no royalty on the roster. However, let's talk about how they looked at the end of the season.
What a doctor.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it with the Bills. The Bills, in their first playoff game, escaped Skylar Thompson by the skin of their teeth, and then got dog-walked by the Bengals.
This guy threw 4 interceptions.
The Jaguars, in their first playoff game, had the 4th largest comeback in the history of the playoffs.
Why?
Why'd they have to? Yes. So
your man was horrible in the first half.
What?
And who was that
against? You know what good teams do?
The team that was going to give up a lead regardless.
The Chargers, that's fine. If you think the Chargers, that playoff game, if you think the round 1 playoff games, who had the better win? The Jags against the Chargers or the Bills against Skylar Thompson, you can have that take. No one's on that corner. And then round 2, they played the Chiefs within a touchdown.
Okay.
That's better than getting beat by Cincinnati. Okay, but that's better. So again, tell me why I'm wrong. Other than
there are 4, and I like Jacksonville. I like Trevor. You just like a lot of things. You go way over the top, so then I bring it back down. Bring it back down.
When's the last time I was wrong about Trevor? I'm just curious.
Here's the thing. Okay. They're in a great division. You're right. They should win that division. Here's 4 teams that are definitely better than them. Kansas City.
Yes.
Buffalo.
No.
Cincinnati.
Maybe.
And Baltimore. Maybe Baltimore.
Why?
Because of Lamar Jackson.
You're certain Lamar's better than Trevor?
Well, I'm saying the team is better.
What? But I didn't
think Lamar Jackson is better than Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I do, but I'm saying the team is definitely better. And especially when Lamar is at quarterback. And then there's a bunch that are right there with Jacksonville. Miami, maybe the Jets, the Chargers, and then Denver and Cleveland.
Okay.
You want to talk about dark horses? Denver and Cleveland.
Okay, let me ask you another question.
Not to
Other than the Chiefs, who do you think is more guaranteed to be in the tournament?
Well, because their division, you're right.
Well, that matters. There's a scenario where the Bills or the Bengals miss the postseason. It's not a likely scenario, but there's scenarios. There's no scenario where the Jets do. And guys, this is where I think my obnoxiousness has clouded your guys' otherwise sober analysis. In any other scenario, it'd be like, this team that had a once-in-a-generation prospect at quarterback who seemed to all click in for him midway through year 2 as it does for many people, and went on a great run at the end of the year, had a galvanizing playoff victory, and then lost to the champs in a soft division, and they